The Good Buddies Anime Podcast is hosted by two rowdy, foul-mouthed American cowboys. Listener discretion is advised.
Hey, Good Buddies, what's up, and welcome to the Good Buddies Anime Show. I'm your Good Buddy Roger.
And I'm your good buddy Brandon.
Yeah.
So we're doing a thing that, normally we do a little earlier in the season.
Yeah,
but,
we moved it. We kicked the bucket. Oh, no, we didn't kick the bucket.
We didn't kick the bucket.
We
no
kicked
one's
the
dead.
can
Except me,
down
I'm still
the
a
line.
banshee,
Yeah.
if you remember in Good Buddies lore. But as we kind of screwed the pooch on this one. We were planning stuff to do, and we ended up pushing it back a little too far. And normally we'd like to do a mid-season check-in. What are we still watching? What do we like? What are we still messing with?
I do kind of like it late season though.
It's kind of fun late season because now it's like, you're at. Like, some of these shows are like up to episode 10 and 11.
Yeah, you're at a point where it's undroppable.
You know you're still watching it, right? And God, I'll be honest, y'all. There was a lot this season. There was a lot I did drop. Some of which I feel like I should maybe still check around or whatever. But here's where we're at. But let's talk about it. What are we still watching and catching up on and all that good stuff?
Well, do you want to go first? Or do you want me to?
You know what? You take it, big guy.
Okay, well, we'll start with the easy one. I know that we're probably both still watching this one. My Hero Academia with season 6.
Indeed.
The hottest fire season, I was talking to you a little earlier, maybe ever.
Yeah. I mean, I remember season 3 fondly, but yeah, this is definitely, man, it's really good. This whole season's been really, really good.
Yeah.
Started hot, kept going hot, still burning. Even when it started to smolder, it was like, don't get too comfy, baby. We about to throw this girl with a sniper rifle in her arm at you. And I was like, oh shit. It's good stuff. How about that MHA, man?
Well, so the first arc of it is totally done. That was kind of last season. It was very good. This season arc, yes, we're getting essentially an arc with Deku, kind of vigilante-esque almost Deku. I don't think he's quite a vigilante, but
yeah, he's still
my younger brother referred to him as Dark Deku. And I don't know if that's actually like a term that people are using for him or not, but I did kind of like it because it does kind of make sense.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
And he's still got some pros backing him up.
Yep, and he's got the voices in his head. They talk to him. They understand.
They talk to him.
Yeah.
They talk to him.
He's got the voices. They're talking to him.
Yeah, man. Giving him advice and shit. We're seeing more of his powers waking up. We're seeing him learning to use them on the fly in some situations and having to make it work. It's pretty bonkers.
Yeah, you're seeing this most by far the strongest Deku.
Oh yeah, and this most recent episode, fuck me, it had some really wild moments.
Yeah, so I'm watching the dub. Me and my wife. That's usually how we watch it. So yeah, we saw the moment that to the climax of the fight with the sniper lady.
Lady Nagant, I believe.
Yeah,
Like
yes, Nagant. She's pretty awesome.
She whips ass.
Yeah, and for a character that is around for hasn't been around very long. A lot of development there, really quick too.
Oh yeah, real quick and easy.
Yeah,
it can be done.
And she's got the God, what is his name? Overhaul or whatever, the dude that was Chisaki, I think is his name.
Something like that.
Yeah. He's got a bit of an agenda. He's kind of a shell of himself though.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
He got no arms.
Yeah, he ain't got no arms. Not a single damn arm. How will my boy ever jail?
How will my boy jail?
He so he's got his own agenda, and it actually leads to a really cool point with Deku, like you're really getting a sense of how the new Deku is and how he's still like the old Deku. But
yeah, even as there was a great moment where he's like having these conversations, like because they talk while they fight with Lady Nagant, and he's learning everything about what happened to her and how she was wrong and how society's fucked up. And he has this moment where he talks about the world being not black and white, but in shades of gray. And you think for a second, dang, is he going dark? Is he kind of turning? But then I'll be damned if not a few minutes later, he uses that same quote, but to say that we have to make sure that even if it is shades of gray, that's why he has to fight so much harder to make sure that everything works.
Yep.
And I'm like, damn, dude, yeah, he got it.
Yeah. This season is whipping ass, man.
It's really good.
And
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, and you're getting, for the most part, the whole show has been, Deku and the classmates. Now it's Deku and the heroes, which I kind of like, man.
Yeah.
It's really cool to get a better feel for all these other guys. Now we've been getting more, but seeing them work together and stuff, it's cool.
Yeah.
The season is cool.
I feel like it's a matter of time before we get more stuff with classmates, of course. But I assume there'll be some moments where they end up having to jump in with him.
Yep.
Or jump out rather with him. But it's been good stuff. It's been the hot fire.
Yeah. For the wet blanket the last season was, it's really
it was fine.
Really brought the flames back up.
Yeah, it last season was okay, but yeah, it doesn't hold a candle to this one easily.
Not at all. But that's My Hero Academia season 6. Brandon,
Good stuff.
What do you want to talk about?
I got a few to talk about. I know there's one that you're gonna want to talk about because we've been talking about it a lot. So I'll go with one of 2 different isekais I'm still watching. I'm as shocked as anyone to say I'm following up on isekais so much.
Okay.
But let me tell you about campfire cooking in another world with my absurd skill, which is just silly and so much damn fun. We got a regular ass dude who accidentally got isekai'd along with some teens, and the teens, of course, are going to be the heroes for this realm and blah, blah, blah. This guy's just like, hey, so I'm not really part of this, right? Am I good? And they're like, yeah, whatever, man. Here's some gold. Beat it. So he just fucks right off. Yes, he does in fact have to beat it. No one wants to be defeated. Show him how funky, strong is your fight. It doesn't matter who's wrong or right, just beat it. And he does in fact get some eggs and beat him. Because it turns out his skill, because everyone's got a special skill when they get isekai'd. He's got a few. The main ones are item box. Everybody gets that. Well, not everybody, but like heroes usually have some kind of way to carry a bunch of shit without having to carry a bunch of shit. So he's got a fucking little dimension he can tuck shit into. And he's got identify. They always have that in these fucking isekais. But what sets our boy apart is that rather than having some kind of flaming sword or super powerful magic or any of that bullshit, he's got an online grocery where he can pull up what is effectively a website like you would have in real life, where you can go on there and go to your grocery store. Anything that could conceivably be at a regular ass grocery store, including but not limited to food, drink, sweets, and all that stuff, as well as cooking utensils and or plates and or, a little gas thingy like you would take camping with you. You can get all that and just have it. Anything that would be available conceivably at a grocery store, he can just buy it. As long as he has real money, and wouldn't you know it, he's got real money, and wouldn't you know it, some of the shit he can get, he can sell for a lot of real money because it's, modern quality, which is way better than what these fucking kind of, what's the term I'm looking for? Surf age kind of shit. These Dark Ages kinds would have access to. So my dude's fun. He ends up immediately attracting a big ass wolf thing, this godly wolf creature who is like, hey, that smells good, give me some. And he does. They form a pact. Now that's his familiar, this fucking Fenrir thing or whatever it is. And now they just go off, and the show's just fun. It is a goofy ass isekai where he's not really overpowered, but he's kind of getting there. Really, his companion is overpowered, and then he gets another one. In the intro, there's a little slime that shows up. The slime finally showed up around episode 6, I want to say, and the motherfucker is so goddamn cute, and it levels up a little bit, and then it can talk to him, and it sounds like a little toddler, and it's very cute. It's very fucking cute. So like the wolf will be like, I'm fucking hungry, let's eat. And he's like, you're always hungry, man, chill out. And then Slime's like, I'm hungry too. And he's like, okay, buddy, let's get you some food, okay. Like immediately, it's fucking adorable. There's some kind of goddess lady who it turns out has a big ass sweet tooth, so she wants him to make prayers to her and offer her sweets, so she gives him a blessing. And then the other 3 goddesses are like, hey motherfucker, we want sweets too. So now he is getting a little OP, but the show's just fun, and it's goofy fun, and it's a little bit slice of life. And I am, I like this isekai, and every time I like an isekai, something happens and it fucks it up. And I'm concerned that might happen here. Is it gonna get all weird Nietzsche with the goddess characters? Is it gonna get like,
God, I can only hope,
Is it gonna get too OP so that nothing matters and he can just fight whatever? Are they gonna, like every other isekai, introduce slavery? Who can say? But I guess I'll find out because I am still watching it and I am enjoying campfire cooking in another world with my absurd skill. You watched a little bit of this one.
Yeah, I did. I thought it was good.
It's pretty cute.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think one thing we both said that I think my favorite thing about it is how our dude, because he's from, Japan or whatever, and he got isekai'd, just looks like a regular anime character. But they actually, every other character he meets, mostly the dudes because the ladies still have big ass eyes and shit, but mostly every other character looks like they're drawn in a slightly more Western style, like to kind of match the, castles and magic and swords aesthetic. Like ever so slightly different animation or art styles on them. Yeah. And the outro on it has this rad, like comic strip style that I'm in love with. And I really want someone who knows more about comics than me to look at it and tell me like whose style are they aping or whatever, because it looks fucking rad. I'm really enjoying this show. The art's good, the animation's good. It's just a fun time. It's a goofy little slice of life. Hope it doesn't turn on me. There you go. Yeah. Check it out. It's a really cute show. What you got?
Well, Brandon, let me give you the shock. Let me give you this shock of 2023.
Oh, yeah?
Let me tell you about the isekai that I'm watching.
Oh, what's the isekai you're watching?
Handyman Saitou in Another World.
Are you caught up on it?
I am on episode 6 or 7.
You're actually farther than me. I still haven't gotten over 3 yet. So
shoot, I might be.
I have to check it out.
Might be on episode 8.
Damn, tell me about it, hon.
You know what? This show is very interesting. It's kind of fucking awesome. Okay, so first, Saitou, not OP.
Yeah, no, he's just
not OP at all. And he, in fact, does get wrecked a couple of times.
Yeah, I've seen him straight up break a leg, I think.
Yeah.
That was fucked.
Yeah, he gets wrecked way worse than that a few more times. But, so you remember, how early on it's like just rapid fire short after short after short? Yeah. Now, what if I told you, Brandon?
We're going long form?
That all them shorts were leading up to something and they all made fucking sense. They were all a piece of the puzzle, aside from the one about the length. Okay. I haven't seen how that ties back in yet.
Yeah, okay.
But they
the system of measurement, you mean?
They have used the blurring effect a couple of times.
Okay.
That they use there.
I'm gonna have to catch up on this one.
Yeah. Now, granted, episode 5 or so, this show takes kind of a darker turn.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't love the way you're saying this, but I guess you don't want to spoil it, so that's fine.
I mean, there was one thing that was, like even for me, I was like, yeah, that was a bit much.
Okay, well, you know what I hate in isekai, since that's slavery shit. So is there slavery shit?
Not really.
Not really, he says.
Now
okay.
there is this one fairy called, like, it's like a black crystal fairy or something like that. And what she does is, I'll just go ahead and spoil a little bit in case you do catch up and you want to. You'll be prepared for this already. So she has a certain level, like they have these extremely high magical skills or whatever.
Sure.
And so people want them naturally.
Okay.
They want them to keep them or whatever, use them for magic, something like that.
Right, you're trying to keep her around.
Yeah. Also, she was cute.
Oh yeah,
so
why not?
She thought, well, maybe people won't like me if I get fat.
Oh no.
So she chubbed up a little bit, and really all that does is
big titties.
Not really. No. She gets chunky. She turns into like a little moe character.
Oh, okay.
But it just makes people chase her more.
Okay.
And she's easier to catch.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right.
At one point, it is not implied. It is straight up said that at one point she gets captured, and they make her have sex with other species.
What the fuck?
And it's got a random little alien-looking dude, and he's got a long, centered black penis thingy floating around over there.
What the fuck?
It is the oddest fucking thing, dude. And it happens
some turns. Jesus Christ.
And it happens at the weirdest moment too. And then they go into this big fight with this like level 8 demon or something like this.
Okay.
They're in a cave right now trying to chase a Roomba because Saitou wants a Roomba.
What the fuck?
Dude, this show is fucking nuts.
It's all over the place, it sounds like.
And
okay, here's my question though. Is the forced breeding of this fairy creature, is it played as a joke?
No, not really.
Okay.
No, she's in distress over it. She
Okay.
hates humans.
Okay.
But she likes this one particular witch.
Okay.
So she has motivations why she's teamed up with a couple of demons and another guy.
At least they weren't like making that for laughs, because that would be too fucked.
Now, yeah, it really. I didn't think it was funny.
Okay.
Some people might chuckle at it anyway. It's like a moment of distress, but it didn't come off to me like she was making it funny or anything like that. But there was a little cartoon bubble as she was explaining it.
Fuck.
This show is fucking wild, dude. It is all over the place. It is ridiculous, and the way they construct the story, it's kind of cool that it makes a whole lot of sense.
All right, man.
Yeah, but that's the one, that's the silky smooth moment there, like,
Yeah, I don't know if I'm into that.
But I mean, that's really its only hiccup so far. Everything else has been kind of humorous, aside from the fact that a lot of the humor got turned down real quick.
Okay.
Especially, once you see some characters get destroyed, and
just beat the fuck.
Yeah, dude. Also, there's a lot of LGBTQ reference in here, and it's not really for jokes or whatever. There's like some light comedy relief because there's this huge dude that has a crush on Saitou.
Oh, okay.
And it's a little funny, but not like like making fun of it. Making fun of it for you. So, dude, I don't really know how to explain this show.
It sounds
hard
like
to
a
put it in
problematic fave if I've ever heard one.
It's really hard. There is another one more weird moment or whatever.
Okay.
where there's this berserker girl or whatever, and she fights a claw. She's like an elf or whatever. And
Okay.
She has a healer, and her healer has a real big crush on her, and she,
Oh yeah. I think I saw.
Oh yeah.
She was in one of the earlier episodes.
Yeah.
She kisses, or she wants her to lick her wounds or something.
Yeah, and she's like, it doesn't really help. I just like it.
Fuck, yeah, I do remember that. I do remember thinking that was strange.
Yeah, I was like,
I don't know about all that.
So every now and then, for what it's worth, there's something like that sprinkled in there.
All right. Little predatory is what we're saying.
Yeah.
I don't love that.
However, I still kind of I can't look away from it now.
Yeah, no, I get it. I've got one on my list.
This shit is fucking nuts, dude. I don't know what it is that I'm watching. I don't know why I like it so much.
I get you.
Dude, this show is hard to explain, but it's unique, and honestly, I'm here for it, dude.
All right.
I'm not big on those isekais or whatever,
but this one's got you.
Yeah, and you're getting backstories and stuff now on a lot of the characters. Dude, this show is wild. Yeah. I wish I could say more. I probably already said too much, but I actually don't mind spoiling those parts in case anybody would not want to watch that.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I feel like that would definitely turn some people off real quick.
Yeah, or at least know, like, okay, hey, the fairy is going into her monologue, and I'm going to just skip ahead just a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, so you don't have to deal with it.
And it's not graphic or anything. It's just like her like, ah, and then there's a wiggling alien wiener thing.
Don't love that.
Yeah, it's strange, but
all right, that sucks, dude.
Yep.
So would you say that of the stuff you're still watching, that is like probably the more like not super kosher of them?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let me hit you with my problematic fave, which I'm still watching, and I can't put it down because what I hate is ichi shit and slavery shit in these fucking shows. And we've got one that's like basically no ichi shit. There's a decent amount of slavery shit in it though, and that is Sugar Apple Fairy Tale, the story of a world where the humans and elves went to war, and the elves lost, and they have been subjugated. So basically, homegirl wants to go and be a silver sugar artisan, which means they make like, you've seen stuff where people like form sugar into fucking, beautiful flowers and different shapes and stuff, like fondant and all that stuff. So it's this crystal clear kind of sugar where you can make these cool little designs and sculptures with it, and they're very valuable and very sought after and whatnot. And she wants to do that because her mom did that. You know, you seen that motherfucker on TikTok who makes shit into shit with his cakes and all that and his chocolate. Basically that. And in order to get to the next town, she needs to go down this very treacherous road full of monsters and bandits and big wolves and shit. And so she looks to get some kind of bodyguard. And what she gets is she ends up buying a warrior fairy who's a sexy boy. And like the way the show starts, like everything about this show, I'm of two minds on. Everything about it's like, okay, you literally bought this character. These power dynamics are absolutely throwing me because he's clearly like leaning on her, like trying to be like, hey, what is this? Are you just into me or what? Like trying to get close to her and shit, and possibly to steal his wing back, because that's how you own a fairy. They take one of their wings off and you own it, and if you break their wing, it like kills them or whatever.
Yeah, there's
so
there's some wing stuff going on in the Handyman Saitou.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
So she's got his wing in a little pouch, but she promises him that when they get to town, she'll give him his wing back and he'll be free. She really just wants to. She believes that fairies and humans can be friends or whatever. Blah blah blah. But then like, I don't know, man. Everything that happens, again, I'm just split on. So like, there's that where she literally owns this guy, but then like, he does this thing at the beginning where he is like they're getting attacked by bandits or something, and she's like, can you do something about this? Come on, you're the warrior here. And he's like, lady, you own me. If you want me to do something, demand that I do it. I'm not gonna play your fucking game. I'm not gonna be cool about this. Give me an order. Which is like, honestly, yeah, dude. Like, if she's not, that's how it should. If she's gonna fucking try to play it both ways, like, we're cool but also I own you, nah, motherfucker. Like, you're either in or out. Like, which is, I thought was really interesting, and I wish that had gone on a little longer. But what ends up happening is she does, within the first like 3 episodes, end up giving him his wing and everything, and now he's free, and he decides to stick around because obviously he does kind of like her a little bit. So now they're just friends. But then the show keeps going and it gets really interesting. There's cool stuff happening. There's a whole bunch of these wild gender dynamics where, like, now in the more recent episode, she's at a big like factory where they make the sugar stuff that people use to make these things, and she's getting absolutely shit on by all the dudes there because it's nothing but dudes, because girls aren't allowed to do this. They can't handle they can't mix the big sugar and stoke the fires and that shit. And she's like, what the fuck ever, I'm gonna be a silver sugar master, fuck you. So she's trying to do it, and they're all just looking down on her, and it's a whole thing. But then like, also, and I'm like, hey, that's great. Yeah, fuck them, girl power, all that cool stuff. You show them you can do it. But at the same time, it still keeps going back to this weird slavery place where like a bunch of these people own fairies and they're not cool with it. And it's one of those things where you can definitely like, and I've seen other people say this about other shows where it's like, yeah, you're comparing it to like, you know, slavery as it was in America, like chattel slavery and whatnot, and this is not the same thing. I was like, it kind of is though. They literally have a whole system here where she is the only person who calls her fairy by his fairy name. Everyone else is giving them human names, you know, like you would with a slave, and you would change their name and take away their identity and shit. And like every time someone sees her with this guy, they don't think he's a warrior fairy, because warrior fairies, apparently there's 3 kinds of fairies. Servant ones, which are little babies, warrior fairies, which are big strong dudes, and then companion fairies. And they keep saying, oh, this must be your companion fairy, which, you know, really just means you fucking him, right? You just got him around to fuck him, right? And it's like, this all seems weird, and that's not what's happening. But they keep, every now and then a new character shows up and they're like, ooh, what a magnificent companion fairy you have. It's like, can you stop bringing that up? Can you stop, please? It's like, it's fucked. But I mean, again, it's the least fucking kosher, like most problematic thing I'm still watching. And I am still watching it. It was up to episode 11 now. I've watched episode 10. Episode 11 dropped today, I believe. I'll probably be watching that. Maybe not today, maybe next week, but whenever I get some free time. But yeah, man, I'm all mixed up on this one. The show's very pretty to look at. The art style is absolutely beautiful. Some of the stories they do are like legitimately really fucking touching. There's a whole thing where she gets like she is commissioned by this duke to like make basically a sculpture, a sugar thing of this fairy who he's got a big picture of, and every time she makes one, he says, no, it's not good enough. You haven't captured the essence, blah, blah, blah. That's not what she looks like. That's not her. And she's like, dude, it looks exactly like her. What the fuck are you going on about? And then you find out, she realizes partway in that like, oh, I never noticed this before until I looked at the painting in the sun, in the light. But this fairy has both their wings. She wasn't a slave. She wasn't subjugated at all. And she finds out that like this dude basically met her and like she was his like best friend. Maybe they loved each other, that kind of thing. And like the reason he's trying to do this is because she was what do you call it? Fairies come from different stuff. She was an ocean fairy, and ocean fairies, they never know how long they've got, but they know it ain't fucking long. So one day she just disappeared on him, and now he's desperate to see her again. So he's trying to get her to make something that's as close to her as possible, with the hope that if he stares at it long enough, she'll come back. Because that's how it works. If a human looks upon something that's beautiful, then a spark of magic and a fairy is born, that kind of shit. So that's what he's trying to do. And it's like legitimately touching at a moment. And then it goes back to being like, oh yeah, hey, how's your companion fairy? Shut the fuck up. So I don't know. I'm lost on it. I am still watching the show. I am liking it. It's fucked, and I know it's fucked, but I'm still watching it. It's definitely not the most fucked up thing I've seen ever. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty to look at, and it's got a decent story. So there you go. I'm still fucking watching Sugar Apple Fairy Tale. Check out these fucking sweets and fairies. It's something. It's fucking something.
So I did check. I am on episode 8 of Handyman Saitou.
Oh,
so
there you go.
I'm pretty deep into it.
Yeah? You got another one to talk about?
Yeah, man, you want to talk about some slaves?
Yeah, let's talk about some more slaves.
Let's talk about Vinland Saga.
Fucking Vinland Saga is so good, dude.
I know, man. I know. I mean, we've went on about it several episodes now.
Yeah, I don't even know if we have to necessarily rehash it, but it's season 2 of Vinland Saga. Season 1 was absolutely fucking baller, crazy ass, great show. Vikings, historical fiction, where we follow a character named Thorfinn who is on a quest for revenge and ends up working with the person he's trying to get revenge on, only for season 2 to now find him. And they don't really tell you yet how he got from there to here, but he's a fucking slave now. And the other person who he was perhaps closest to, who was also part of that group, Prince Canute, is now calling himself king and going the fuck off on the rest of the country.
Well, he is the king of England.
He is the king now, yeah. Well, yeah, see, so it's a whole thing where there was someone else claiming, who was trying to vie for the throne, and there's wars going on, battles and whatnot, yeah. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good shit. It's absolutely hot fire. It's really, I mean, there's like not much action in this season, considerably less than last season. We'll see where it goes exactly. There's still moments, but for the most part, it
feels like now we're in the moment where it'll start heating up a little bit.
Maybe, but like even if it doesn't, man, like just the story is engrossing.
So I didn't know. I don't know if it ever said. I'd never really had realized where they were.
Yeah.
Which I believe is they're in like Norway or something like that. They're in something. Yeah, they're maybe, is it Finland? Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe we ain't got a map.
Yeah, it's somewhere in that region.
Neither of the two main characters we're following, who are currently slaves, including Thorfinn, are where they're from.
Yeah, where the Vikings are from. You know.
Yeah, sure.
They're in that area now. Denmark.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in Denmark.
Yeah.
And so it turns out
that's where Canute just showed up.
Yeah. So they're about to be in the same place, and Canute's about to take over. So
damn, like at possibly the most inopportune time.
Yeah.
Like you see where this is going, right?
Oh yeah.
This is gonna fucking.
There's gonna
suck.
be the farm is definitely gonna be like they're gonna try to take it or something.
Something's gonna happen. Yeah. I mean, at the very least, I mean, minor spoilers, I guess. Homie's like, all right, you guys have done enough to get your freedom. We'll handle that when I get back from this trip.
Yeah.
Boy, you ain't coming back from this trip.
Yeah, probably not. Iron Fist Kettle. And you know it's bad for him. You know it's bad for him whenever he was their owner and they're like, the master is so kind.
Yeah, it's fucked, man. Oh my God.
And that was when we talked about last time. It's kind of wild because he does own these people, but also he does come off kind of like he's a kind slave owner, and I'm doing air quotes,
giant air quotes. He's doing giant air quotes. That's the thing is like there's way too many times we say own these people, but it's like no, you can't.
Yeah.
They ain't no but to it. But and yet here we are.
Yeah. It's just how good this show is, man.
The show works. That's the thing though, is like even if they show like I don't know, it does this thing where like even if you see that this person is even a little bit sympathetic, it never lets you forget that hey, also they own people.
Yeah.
And they are using them to their own means, even unto detriment of themselves.
Yes.
So
and it's like, you know, it really it's good that they have the sympathetic moments because it builds complexity and depth to the character.
Sure.
And it, you know, like I don't know. I don't really know how to explain how it works, but
it's a good show.
Yeah.
It's a good show. We're both watching it. We both love it.
God, dude, yeah, I really love it, man. I really love it. I can't wait to see what happens next.
Yeah.
Vinland Saga, if you haven't watched the first season, it is an absolute fucking must.
And it's on Netflix. So you have no reason not to because everyone's got someone's password.
And there is no reason not to continue on the second season. No, it's not as action-packed as the first, but
it's got all that delicious story. That character development, baby. It's just drenched in it. Because that's what makes these fucking shows, baby.
Yep.
Oh, it works so well.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where the hell we're going, but man, this show is good. It is the top is not just show of the season.
Yeah, for sure. And there's other stuff that like is also very good, but this is again, I said it the last two shows. When I look at that big wall that is my queue of shows, I always think what do I want to watch more than anything, and it's always Vinland Saga first.
Yep.
Always Vinland first.
So that's what I have to talk about, Brandon. If you got any more, you can drop them on us now.
I'll give a quick one, and then we can maybe talk about stuff we dropped and why or whatever. The only other one I really have that I'm very, very closely following is another isekai. And it's called The Magical Revolution of the Reincarnated Princess and the Genius Young Lady. I think the title's so long that it got cut off on the fucking queue here. So it's definitely Magical Revolution of the Reincarnated Princess and the Genius Yo. I'm pretty sure I believe it's Young Lady. But yeah, this one, it's fucking wild. You got a girl who remembered that she was isekai'd and she's obsessed with magic and she's from a royal family. She's literally the princess, but she can't do magic because reasons. So she starts like researching magic and getting magic items and developing magic stuff with what she calls magicology. And here's the thing, y'all, it's gay as fuck. Her brother is crazy and trying to take over the kingdom, and he dumps his fiance, and homegirl's like, I'll fucking take her. I need an assistant, and also I'm kind of horny for her. So like they're just hanging out. All kind of crazy stuff is happening. They killed a dragon. She took the dragon's fucking magic stone that was in it and ground it into powder and put that powder into ink and then got a dragon tattoo on her back. So now she's got dragon powers. It's fucking insane. Another girl ended up being a fucking vampire, and then homegirl had to fight her brother. And then while she's fighting her brother, the reason she's fighting her brother is because he attacked the vampire girl, took the magic out of her, stuffed it into him. So now he's got vampire powers, and homegirl is laying there dying. And as she's laying there dying, the maid, who has been hanging out with all of them and is like, you know, the only character with any goddamn sense, she's over there trying to help the former vampire girl who's now dying. And she's like, I need blood. And she's like, blood magic? We can get, and like the other girl's like trying to hear, and she's like, I'll give her some blood. And the maid's like, no. I'll give her some blood. And she doesn't just like, no, oh, let me cut my hand. Oh, here's my neck. No, she bites her lip, so her lip is bleeding, and then kisses her. It's so fucking the show kicks ass. If you're looking for some absurd, ridiculous, crazy fight bullshit and also lesbians, it's a really fun show. That's all I have to say about it. I'm done now.
Sounds awesome.
It's fucking rap. That fucking moment, yo, I was like literally watching this show. I was like, what in the fuck is she? And she just bites her lips and then kisses vampire girls. And I'm like, yo! It kind of whips all the ass. But yeah, the show's ridiculous. It's real dumb, and I do love it. That's the the magical revolution of the reincarnated princess and the genius young lady. Okay. Otherwise, anything we dropped that you want to talk about?
The elephant in the room, I feel like, is Vampire Dies in No Time.
Yeah.
I have not watched very much of it.
I just haven't had time.
Yeah, I watched with my
Watching
wife,
everything
and I figure, you know, there's going to be a time that either A, will binge it, or B, will talk about it on the podcast.
I'm down to binge it.
Yeah, so I mean, I think there's no chance that I won't watch season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you know, what really distracted from that is The Last of Us going on. So
Oh, yeah.
now that's over, we'll have an extra little time slot for our mutual show.
Sure.
But yeah, I like that show a lot.
It's a lot of fun.
Another one.
Dumb as hell.
I'm super excited. So like I you know, it feels weird not talking about it in this like at length like we can with like Vinland Saga or something like that.
Yeah.
But I just haven't had the time, and I know that there's no chance that it's gonna hit the back burner forever.
For sure. If I can hit us with another big elephant in the room, you know what we said was our tippitiest toppiest on the tier list. Trigun Stampede. I'm kind of not watching it.
Yep.
And I think the reason for that is the best thing I can say about this show is that it's fucking beautiful.
Yep.
It really is good to look at, and it's not bad, and it's Fascist Stampede, and it's Trigun and all that stuff. The problem with it, I think, is that if you, and this is like we talked about comparing it to the older season, I can do that right now, I feel like pretty succinctly. That one started, the first half was like introducing the characters, and it was goofy fun bullshit. This one, there's no mystery because Knives just shows up real quick.
Yeah.
And like every character that shows up and you're like, oh, maybe this person will be, who's this character? Oh, is that this character that I know from the previous one? And then at the end of the episode, it's like, yes, it is them, by the way. And also this other person you met is also a bad guy. And I'm like, oh, okay. So we're not letting it breathe. We're just putting it all out. All right, fine, I guess. Yeah. I gotta assume that like the rest of it has to be quite different. But
yeah,
I don't know. Also, the other thing that bums me out is they got rid of Millie completely. Yeah. And maybe she shows up in some capacity, but it doesn't fucking feel like it. And not only that, they took Meryl, who was badass in the first. She was called Derringer Meryl because she had 100 fucking guns. And she would just throw them out of her cape and shoot motherfuckers up. And now she's been regulated to, what's that? And the guy who replaced Millie is like, oh, let me explain that to you. Yeah. So like she's the audience surrogate, and it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, and granted, I do like that character too.
I still like the character.
Okay, yeah.
But it's like it's kind of a bummer for what.
Yeah, but it is a downgrade for Meryl. But
like
I'll tell you why I haven't really watched much of this show.
Sure.
Is because I figured that also would make another good podcast episode.
Sure.
Especially if we could watch, the original Trigun and that, and then directly contrast the two.
I'm down with it.
And now that's, that one's going to take us a little bit, to get around and have all that material watched.
Yeah.
Because we've got so much other shit that we have to do and watch.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, later on, it could happen anytime this year, next year, but that's what I think it would happen this year, but
sure.
I think that it would make a more fun experience to watch both of them.
Yeah.
And then compare the two and, really have a podcast episode about that. That's kind of why I've just veered away from that one.
I'm with you on that, but I legitimately, like, not even thinking of that. I load it up and I'm like, I don't really want to watch it.
Yeah. I can say outright on the 3 episodes that I watched, I don't like it as much.
No, definitely not.
Could it change? Maybe.
Then again, I mean, it's been so long since I've seen the original that maybe I'm fucking rose tinted glasses and all that shit,
it's
nostalgia
possible.
factor. But I think it was. I mean, I do feel like just from what I remember of that and from what I've seen of this one that I liked it better. But we'll find out.
Yep. Inspector.
I haven't been following up.
No time, dude.
No time.
Yep.
Got to check that one out.
They're the last couple of seasons, maybe the last 3 seasons, maybe the last year, dude. There are too many fucking shows.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a ton.
And it's so hard, dude. And it's going to be even harder because we're about to roll up into like a really good, span of a few months here of video games and stuff too.
Oh, yeah.
That I definitely want to play. Resident Evil 4 is coming out.
Yeah.
I really want to play that. The Final Fantasy 16. I really want to play that.
Yeah, it's gonna be bonkers.
Yeah,
this year's gonna be nuts.
And I feel like there's some other games that are not coming to mind.
New
right
Zelda's
now.
about to drop. You're not gonna play that. Your fucking girlfriend will.
Yeah, new Zelda's about to drop.
Or
yeah,
your
Cats.
wife. Excuse me, your
Yeah,
wife.
my
Your
wife.
wife.
My wife.
My wife.
She's gonna be playing the fuck out of that Zelda.
Hell yeah, dude.
Elden Ring DLC.
Yeah. Fuck, dude. I gotta reinstall that bitch.
Yep. So
Oh,
no.
no.
Like I'm already like sweating like where am I gonna find time. Plus I am trying to set up a regular game night at least every couple of weeks.
We got to play yesterday.
We sure
It
did.
was pretty fun.
And I'm hoping in a couple of Thursdays we'll play again for Ryan's birthday.
That'll be fun.
But yeah. But I'm
bring
trying.
cake.
I want to have good life experiences, and not be tied down to what boils down. I love doing the podcast and watching anime. I love anime, but damn, sometimes it does feel a little worky.
So Roger, I have a question. Is this where we pull the trigger? Is this where we fucking do it? Is this where we kill our baby? And not in the podcast, but we turn it into the Good Buddies podcast, and we just like, instead of an anime this week, let's talk about a video game we played.
I don't think so, but
You don't think so?
No.
All right. Just remember, we got that in our back pocket if we ever want it.
Yeah. I mean, we could always just do the Good Buddies video game podcast too.
What, you
But-
want to do another one?
Dude, you know how I work. I don't make a lot
They're
of
doing
sense.
these every other week. We can do that one every other week.
Well, so every other week. Now on Fridays I record.
You're recording the podcast,
No,
the
video
Let's Play.
games. Yeah.
My boy's too busy.
Yep.
He's still waking up at the ass crack of dawn to go to a fucking work meeting at some restaurant he don't even like that much.
Yep. Yep.
It'd be like that.
We did go to the last time we went to breakfast. We have been going to breakfast less now.
Oh yeah.
I convinced him to go to Golden Corral breakfast.
Ooh, I don't mind that.
Yeah, man, me either. I thought it was awesome. Now, what wasn't awesome is one of the coworkers, I bet you can guess which one, pouted the whole time because he didn't want to go to Golden Corral.
My hair's too white for this.
This is where the poor people.
The poor people. Eat my dick, dude.
Yeah. Did you know that a black person might have touched those tongs?
That's not a thing he said.
No, it's not. But
How dare you?
But if I said I didn't think it was in his mind, I would be lying, dude. I do think it's there.
Jesus.
Me and Olivia debated it at length. We're like,
Does
why?
Olivia go to these breakfasts too?
No, not really. No,
Oh,
she
that'd
doesn't
be
work
fun.
Saturdays.
Okay.
But I mean, we're always debating Carter every single day.
Oh, you went and said his name too.
Yeah.
Dang.
Damn it.
Just take all the mystery out of it.
Oh well, he's not listening to this.
Be pretty funny.
Until I got.
You just show up to work and he's like, he just start. I mean,
I was.
it is
listening.
where the poor people go.
Yeah, it is for the poor. We're like, why?
That buffet is not cheap, man.
Yeah, we were like, why? Why are you being?
Why
like
do you
this?
think that?
Yeah, why won't you? Why are you watching us all eat right now? Because the day before he was like, I'm not going. He was like having a fit and Brent was like, you know what? You are going. This is a team building exercise, and tomorrow's breakfast is mandatory.
Damn, got
Yep.
your ass.
Yep.
And did he just not eat or what?
Yep. He just sat there and watched us eat. And he's like, well, my in-laws made me come here one time.
One time.
Yeah, and I
hate it.
was like, okay.
Neat, dude.
Did they make you come here at breakfast? And very quickly, I could tell like you're trying to formulate some lies here.
Yeah, he's just trying to think
yeah.
of an excuse for why it's okay for him to hate this thing.
Yeah.
And think it's for the poor.
Big fucking baby, dude.
I'm sorry. Is he a fucking millionaire?
No.
Well, then get fucked, Carter.
And was he paying for this breakfast? No.
Jesus, you got no fucking excuse, you
It's
bitch
free
bastard.
breakfast. Brent pays for every single breakfast that we go to.
And he didn't even eat.
The only thing Brent expects us to do is cover the tip,
Yeah.
which is more than fair.
Yeah.
But I'm not tipping. I didn't get nothing.
What an ass.
I was like, and for a man that we used to go to a taqueria, we would go to a taqueria and every single weekend.
This is the shit on Carter hour.
He would order the pancakes, bacon with a tall glass of orange juice. At the
And he'd
taqueria.
say it like that.
Yep.
And a tall glass of orange juice.
Sometimes he would get a Dr. Pepper after the
a little
orange
dessert,
juice,
a little
yeah.
treat.
Uh,
Wow.
And we always make fun because he has breakfast before he comes to breakfast.
Okay.
And then he takes
second. He's a hobbit.
Yeah.
Second breakfast.
And while there's never been a written rule saying, hey, on a Saturday when we go get breakfast,
okay,
that you don't take a lunch or whatever. If you're hungry or need a snack, go eat something. But Carter, no matter what, noon to 1 rolls around, and I mean we had breakfast at 9, so you give it noon to 1. I'm starting to get lightheaded. I need to go back and have a little lunch. He got a little lunch pail with him with his fucking ham and cheese sandwich and shit in there. Like, dude,
his little fucking Transformers lunchbox.
Pathetic.
Come on, buddy.
Yeah. I could dunk on him even harder. I can tell you about how he's pissing on the floor.
Come on,
man. Tell you about his leaky faucet. I can tell you about how
someone's gonna fucking hear this shit and they know who you're talking about and they know where you work and they're gonna fucking just record this, put it on their fucking Bluetooth speaker and walk in there. And
here's the thing: is Brennan be like,
it's pretty funny. I mean, he's right.
I mean, this is what happened. I did have to talk to him about it.
You did sprinkle with your tinkle, son.
Yeah, yeah.
And you were not neat and wiped the seat.
Today, he went to pick up the UPS order or whatever, and he's
still going, folks.
And he immediately went to go eat his lunch that he brought with him.
Fucking
and then I walked back there. I didn't see him bring any boxes in. I was like, hey, Brent, did IP bring those boxes in? Jesus. IP freely?
That's fucked up.
We found the little cap the other day. It's like a little chapstick cap. and Carter's like, what do you think this thing is? And Olivia's standing right there and was like, careful, Olivia. Carter's holding his condom right now.
That's fucked up. Fuck you, dude.
Yeah, man.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well.
Yep. That's what it's like to work at my place.
That's great.
It's just me and Olivia with our eyes so far in the back of our heads the entire day.
They're just going to fall out from all the rolling they do.
Yeah. I don't mind saying Olivia. She,
yeah,
not
she's
saying
nice.
anything bad about her.
Nah, she's chill. All right. Well, do we even bother with what have you been watching?
No, I think we just told them what we were watching.
I got one thing I want to talk about just because I never did is fucking Gundam Witch from Mercury.
Mm-hmm.
It ended up this first bit only ended up being 12 episodes, and baby, that final episode was the craziest thing ever. And I really wish it would have dropped that final episode before we did our best of the year, because it probably would have made the fucking list. It's wild. I watched it a while ago. Obviously, I just keep forgetting to talk about it. But if you have any love or affection or thoughts about maybe y'all finally watch a Gundam, fucking watch this one. Because it's insane. It starts out with like them at the school, and it's pretty much slice of life stuff. And there's some fights and stuff.
So was this your first full Gundam to watch through?
I mean, this is not the full thing.
I see.
It's going to be like a lot more than that, but it ended up being this part.
Is this the first Gundam series you're interested in?
I've watched a season of?
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely remember watching like, I think it was Wing back in the day on Adult Swim and shit. G Gundam.
I watched
definitely
Wing and G Gundam, yeah.
I remember bits of G Gundam. And like liking some stuff about them, but never really identifying with them to that level. This one's fucking great, and I love it. And it is very slice of lifey at first, and then those last couple episodes, we get to like what I would say is more traditional Gundam shit, where it's like, hey, wartime now, go do a kill, and people start dying. And the last thing that happens in this show, in this season, is so fucking insane. I just don't even know. I couldn't begin. I won't spoil it, and I couldn't begin to tell you how outrageous it is without spoiling it, because it's just fucking nuts. So if you got 12 episodes of something to spare, check this the fuck out if you haven't already. It's awesome and fucked. And I can't wait for more of it, which I believe is coming this year. I guess we'll find out.
I hope they do. This is kind of on topic, off topic.
Sure.
I hope they do another Gundam Breaker game for this generation.
Was that the straight
consoles.
fighting game?
No, that's Gundam Battle Assault, and I love those games. Yes,
Big Zam.
I fucking love those games to death.
Yeah, those are fun.
Gundam Battle Assault 2 is on my top 5 favorite games of all time.
Hell yeah.
And I probably put more time on it than any other fighting game in the world. Me and my brothers play that game to death. But the Gundam Breaker games, you're essentially it like scales you down or whatever. You ever play like Iron Man Sarge's Heroes or whatever?
I did not, but I knew of it and I saw some of it.
You are a realistic toy scale model Gundam,
okay,
or whatever. So you'll be in like rooms and stuff like that.
Like you would be in here flying around looking at Roger's fucking DVD collection.
Yeah, and it's kind of a looter shooter. So you're gonna be blowing up other Gundams and stuff like that, and you take their parts. And
that sounds fun as fuck. What was this on?
And you can start customizing. It's been on the. You can find them on PlayStation 3 and New Gundam Breakers on PlayStation 4.
Yeah, I might need to check that out.
Also, Gundam Breaker 3, which is the kind of the most favorite of them. You have to import this one, but if you import, I think it's the international version. You get it from like China or something like that. It has English subtitles, so you can fully play and enjoy this game. The first one they ever put in English was Gundam Breaker, New Gundam Breaker.
Which was like the second one?
No, this was the newest one. It was the fourth one.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people didn't like it as much, but honestly, I still thought it was pretty fucking fun, dude.
Sounds like a fun time.
Yeah, man, these games are awesome. Yeah, I fucking like them, and I hope they do another one for this generation. Just knowing that there's still good Gundam anime coming out gives me hope that that's something that we could possibly get.
Yeah, I definitely, man, I don't know if you're gonna find the time to watch this fucking show, but it's wild. It's fucking wild, man. And if you don't think you're gonna find the time, I'll spoil it for you later. But right now, you got anything else you want to talk about, or you want to bust on out this bitch?
I think that's pretty much it, dude. I don't have much else to talk about.
News? No, nothing else really. Anything else you've been watching? You watch any shows with the girl?
Just The Last of Us. Finished The Last of Us.
Me and Haley got a couple movies that we were starting to watch and then didn't, or we were planning to watch. We watched a little bit of the Oscars. That's kind of fun, just watching people talk about movies I haven't seen, but I want to. I've been trying very hard not to read anything or look at anything. I haven't watched a trailer for Everything Everywhere All at Once because I really want to go in blind, but it's also not streaming anywhere unless you like straight up buy it. I don't even think, I mean, maybe you can rent it on Amazon, but yeah, it's fucking rough. It's one of them where they're not streaming it anywhere. Unless you have like a Starz subscription or some bullshit. Movie looks really good though.
Yep.
Playing video games?
No, not really. I did show you that new Turtles trailer.
Yeah, that new Turtles trailer. It's like
Randy doesn't like the Ninja Turtles.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah. I don't care about Ninja Turtles at all. They don't look like turtles. They look like weird blob monsters that happen to have shells on their back. On their back. Franklin the turtle from that cartoon. He looks like an actual turtle. He's got a little turtle beak like a turtle does.
Hey, it's Franklin.
Yeah, fucking Franklin, baby.
Come over and play.
Something like that. But this one is the first time I've ever watched anything that had anything to do with Ninja Turtles, and I was like, that actually looks cool. My first thought was, damn, everybody's doing the Spider-Verse thing where they take out every other frame so it looks all jittery and it looks great, which is fine, whatever. But also the art style looks great and the turtles actually sound like teenagers, by which I mean, kind of kids. Because every other turtle thing I've watched, I'm like, that's just a grown person.
And they're acting more like kids too. Yeah.
And it looks really good. And I don't give a shit about turtles, but if I'm ever gonna watch a Turtles movie, this is the fucking one.
Yep. It looks really good, man.
Yeah, legitimately, thank you for showing me that. Yeah. You managed to light a little fire in me, just a teeny little spark for a turtle.
Now I'm not usually one to nitpick things though, and I certainly shouldn't be nitpicking this because it looks so incredible.
Here we fucking go.
But what I want to know is these guys they're pretty much confined to the shadows, not much human contact. How'd Michelangelo get those braces?
No.
He had braces on. How you get them braces?
Fucking.
Who did them braces? Braces are like $2,500. Does he have insurance? How did Michelangelo get insurance? How did Splinter get insurance on these turtles? He's a rat.
They didn't have like a doctor friend in the comics who would patch him up or something. Well, there you go. I don't know.
In the original cartoon, they do meet a lot of humans that kind of accept them, but it's not even that much of a nitpick. I think his character design is really cute.
Yeah, I think they all look pretty good.
It's like they're throwing like the shuriken at the watermelons. Like, why does it look like my head?
Yeah, I like. Is Donatello the purple one?
Yep.
I love Donatello in this one. It looks fun as fuck with the
got that side stuck in his leg.
It's fucking looks great. Doing the baby scream. It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great.
It really does, man.
Yeah, man.
So I think that's about it, though. We can roll on out.
The only other thing I've been doing is I've been playing a little bit of video games, and Ace Combat 7 is available on the PlayStation as part of like the package thing or whatever, so you can play it for free if you got a subscription. And I haven't played
some planes out of the sky.
I haven't played an Ace Combat since 4, and I started playing this, and I was like, hell yeah,
what about
baby.
any weather balloons?
I don't remember there being weather balloons. I did see someone modded the game to put in a weather balloon mission, which is pretty funny. And also, if you get the special edition, you can get the Maverick pack from Top Gun. Wow. Academy Award nominated. Wow. But yeah, it's pretty fun. There's a lot of cutscenes that don't seem to make any fucking sense at first, but then they start to make sense, and you get to fly around and shoot stuff and blow up planes, and most of them are drones, so you can feel okay about killing people because you didn't. And also, it's a video game, so come on, man, have some fun. But yeah, I don't know. I like that Ace Combat. Pretty fun. Haley tried to watch me play it, and she got very sick. So.
Oh, is it VR compatible?
No, so it is VR compatible. I don't have VR, but like just watching the plane, like, cause so it has a simplified version where it shows you if you turn the plane, it like actually turns. Then it has the regular where if you turn the plane, bitch, you just start spinning, which is how I'm used to playing, which is how I'm playing. So if I need to turn, I'm either like doing a little bank thing or I'm straight up spin, flip. And Haley can't watch that without getting a little bit sick. I'm like, if you're doing it, I'm sure it's better. If I was watching someone play this, I'd probably be like getting all queasy.
I actually don't get pukey watching things.
I usually don't either. I think the only time I ever have is when I tried a VR thing with my Samsung, and I was like, oh, this ain't working for me.
So what's up, dude? We're going to try my PlayStation VR, and you going to try it out on there?
Boy, if you get it on the PlayStation in there and you got the VR, yeah, I'll give it a shot.
I have the PlayStation Premium.
I'll fucking give it a shot, man.
Yeah.
Throw me in a couple of missions.
Yeah, I gotta get you to play
through it a little bit so you can unlock.
I gotta get you to try the Until Dawn Rush of Blood. I know you don't like scary things very much, but damn, that shit is fucking awesome.
I don't know, man.
You really feel like you're on a roller coaster.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe. We'll see what's up. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's the thing about VR is that I sometimes get queasy, particularly depending on if I did or did not eat beforehand. Usually I find if I'm on a very empty stomach, then I'm fucked because I will get sick.
Yeah.
But then also I get migraines sometimes, so I'm concerned about having a screen that close to my face.
Yeah.
But I'll give it a shot.
Here's the thing about my thing about VR is that VR I think is super fun. It's really cool technology. It's not fun to do alone.
No, yeah, for sure. You got to have someone there who can be like, look at this dipshit and record you on the phone when you hit the wall.
It's so much more fun having somebody there.
The TV.
Yeah. Yeah, not only do you have an accountability buddy, but it's just more fun. Like,
particularly,
all right, you gotta try this shit.
Yeah, particularly I think like you were talking about the Until Dawn thing, like spooky shit. I feel like you definitely got to have someone with you because like you can do it by yourself and maybe it's scarier.
Me and Corey we did a couple episodes on the channel where I was playing it or whatever, and like you can really see we had a camera on me so you could see me, you know, like light up on different spots and stuff, or like whenever you're flying off the rails and stuff.
Yeah,
you can see that I'm feeling it, and it's so much fun.
Yeah, I think this is not VR, but it is spooky shit. The first time I ever played PT, which I still have on my PS4.
Me too.
I was
I have it on
my
two
buddy.
PS4s.
Yeah, you do. You should sell one for $1 billion. My buddies Julius and Chris, they are brothers, and they were hanging out, and we were all just like, I'm sitting on the bed, like kind of like, you know, back toward where I would lay down. One of them's over here on the corner of the bed, and one of them's kind of standing watching. And I was like, oh, check this out, some kind of like spooky game, I don't know. And I loaded it up, and we start playing, and we're all like, haha, yeah, oh wow, oh creepy. And then like 5 minutes in, like I'm laying in the middle of the bed like this, wide-eyed, and they're both on either side of me, like just like what the fuck, like while we're playing. And it was the coolest like spookiest shit ever, and it fucking whipped ass.
Yeah. Also, another thing we played on the channel. You check out our play of PT.
Yeah, man. Did you get all the way in? See Norman Reedus' dumbass?
I think we did get that. Yes.
Yeah. Pretty fun. I'm trying to remember what the fucking, you pick up the phone, it's like, Dad was a real buzzkill or some shit.
Yeah,
God,
it's something.
That whole game, that whole thing is just so skeevy, and like hair raising, and oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, when that bitch runs at you, she's just standing there with her head going all crazy and just, fuck me, man. All right, that's enough of this. Let's get on out of here. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any opinions on all the shows we talked about, you want to tell us what you're still keeping up on, your favorite shows, your least favorite shows, how bad I am for actually watching this goddamn slavery show, by all means, hit us up. Let us know. There's a number of ways to do that. Easiest ones are, of course, on the YouTube channel Rapid Kick Media, where you may be checking this out right now. While you're there, be sure to like and subscribe and click that bell so we can send you notifications, and check out some of these rad Let's Plays we've been talking about. You want to watch it, Roger scream his ass off because he got freaked out playing PT? Fucking it's up there, baby. You also may be checking this out on the podcast version of the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, anywhere you can find a podcast. If you are, go ahead and give us 5 stars and a comment. We'd love to hear about it. It's the best way to spread the word so we can get more good buddies in here. And if you're not listening to this on YouTube or vice versa on the podcast, check out the other one. Why not? There's more stuff. You know, whatever you want to do.
I mean, I know pound for pound, our podcast gets listened way more online than it does on YouTube. So
I feel like it's just easier to pull up than YouTube.
Yeah, it is.
You gotta leave the phone running because they won't let you just do the audio unless you got YouTube Premium or whatever. But yeah, it's a good time. Check it out. We love you guys, and we love to hear from you. You can also hit us up on any of our many social medias that we may or may not use, mostly don't use. But the one you can for sure get, links in the description, the one you can for sure get to us on is the Discord. We just got our good buddy, Magic Judge, good buddy in there, like last week, I think.
Yeah, an OG story.
Yeah,
from
good
the podcast. Yeah.
Good old times. Good to hear from you, big guy. But yeah, check it out. Hit us up. Get on in there, and we can all chill and, I don't know, send memes to each other as long as they're not offensive, I guess.
Yeah, dank memes. If they're a little
Memes.
offensive, and we know that, you know, that you don't mean any harm.
I'm not gonna invite that.
I mean, if
it happens,
it can have a little edge.
Hey, worst case scenario, we just ban your dumb ass. That's fine too.
It can have a little edge.
I guess we'll find out. I don't like what you're inviting.
I got some dank memes.
All right, man. Anyway, check it out. We love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for listening. While we're at it, we want to thank our musicians. Thank you, Married with Seamonsters, a.k.a. the Mary Janes, for the opening theme of our podcast. That song's called Paperdoll. You can find them. You can find a ton of their music on the Spotify. Roger's gonna.
We got a Brandon react right here for a dank meme.
Here we go. All right, I'm looking at. It says, "Wow, where did you learn to kiss like that?" Me. And we've got a whisk with clearly some chocolate icing on it. And then the same whisk has been licked clean. That's pretty good.
That's a dank meme right there, dude.
That's not bad. All right, wait. We got another one. Yeah, I'm sad. Secretly a dinosaur. And it's a big Godzilla.
Yeah.
You know Godzilla is not a dinosaur. All right, okay. Last one?
Yeah, last one.
When you thought everything would be easy peasy lemon squeezy, but it's actually difficult lemon difficult, and it's a lady biting a keyboard.
It's good.
That's pretty good. Biting a laptop, in fact.
It's
all right.
Good.
So yeah, check out Married with Seamonsters.
How about some of this, dude?
Do you want me to finish the plugs or not? Pepsi Bismol, and it's a big bottle of soda that's all pink.
Yeah, I got dank memes.
You got some dank memes. Great job, bud. Thank you, Married with Seamonsters. You can find them on Spotify, but that track, Paperdoll, is only available on marriedwithseamonsters.bandcamp.com along with some other hot fire tracks. Check them out. Murderface is my favorite. They're all really good. We also want to give a shout out to our good buddy Haas, aka Thomastastesbetter on Instagram, and Dungeon Witch on YouTube. One more time, that's Haas, Thomastastesbetter on Instagram, and Dungeon Witch on YouTube for the closing theme on the YouTube portion of the show, which is called The Buddy's Good. Thank you so much, Haas, Thomastastesbetter on Instagram, and Dungeon Witch on YouTube. And finally, a shout out to our good buddy, A Petty Theft. All right, he's clicking on his little game thing. It's kind of buzzing.
Yeah, I think the battery's dead. Damn, that one's gonna be cool. There's gonna be some beats.
And that is how it's pronounced. 2 P's at the beginning, 2 T's at the end. Petty Theft. Thank you, Petty Theft, for the closing theme on the audio portion of the show, which we are still calling Sweet Anime Dreams. One more time, thank you, Petty Theft, for your delightful music. You can find Petty Theft on Twitter. Oh, I think he got it up for a second. I don't know if y'all heard that. Watcher, what the fuck is this? It's like a little metronome or a game?
It's Sonic Racing.
Oh, okay.
It's a McDonald's toy.
That's great, man. I'm real happy for you.
Thanks, man.
That That is, thank you, Papetti Theft, on Twitter and on SoundCloud at Papetti Theft. 2 P's, 2 T's, Papetti Theft. Thank you again. And that about does it. Roger, do you want to take us out with this? All right, clicked it off.
Turned it off. I had my fun.
No games in class, sir. Young man. Do you got one to take us out on Big Game? Okay.
No.
All right, well, from all of us here at the Good Buddies Anime Universe, I am your good buddy, Brandon.
And I am your good buddy, Pepsi Bismol.
How about that Last of Us finale?
Pretty good. It was very fast.
Yeah.
It was very, very fast.
Faster than I thought it would be. You know what it did have? Big old giraffe.
Yep. Joel mowing down a hospital full of people.
Spoilers.
Love you.
Love you.